Everyone, it's Ricky Molina from the Ricky Molina YouTube channel. Glad you could be with me today. Today I'd like to share with you a couple of tips about soloing around chord formations. We'll be working mainly with E minor 9 today, which I'm playing in the 5th position, I guess you could call this. It can also be played in various other formations, which I'll show you in a moment. You know, I've got an excellent book here by Joe Pass from the Alfred Music Publishing Company, and it's called Joe Pass on Guitar. And I'm going to include a link, and you know, you could click on that link and hopefully it'll be available on Amazon. But this is an excellent jazz guitar book, by the way. If you're ever wondering what to practice and you're like, oh my God, what else can I practice when it comes to jazz guitar? Well, you can like whip out any page in this book, and I mean that, and not feel sorry to spend an hour with any 2 pages in this book. You know, any of these subsections here, altered dominance, melodic minor, diminished, chord substitutions, everything. It's just an amazing book, and it's one of those go-to books that I reach for more often than not, and I highly recommend it. But the reason I pull this book out here is I wanted to share with you this important quote from Joe Pass here, where he says on page 52 concerning chord melody or whatever, point number 5, grips, otherwise known as chord forms. That's the formations of chords. You know, you pull out any guitar chord dictionary and you can see all the different formations. Those are the grips. All right? They tend to dictate melody, Joe Pass says, and the most natural reaction to improvising chord melody style is to simplify the infinite possibilities and play only what you hear, and here's the key phrase, and what falls right in the vicinity of the grip. And here's one of his famous quotes, what you are looking for is right around your fingers. Okay? And this is an incredible tip for guitarists who get lost around things and they're like, oh my God, where do I go next? And, you know, it's really true. If you take some time when you learn a chord, I strongly suggest that you learn at least 3 different formations of each chord. You know, whichever chord you learn, whether it's a B flat major 7, there's another formation, and 4 formations for B flat major 7. But I would say if you can pick out 3 formations pretty readily, you're doing well. And to know, of course, that they're related to other chords and things like that. So we're dealing with the E minor 9 today. And so there's one formation for you. This is probably the most famous version of it. But you can also play it down here in the 1st position. And you probably want to omit the D string, because you're getting it up top with the 3rd finger here, 2nd string. Make sure you strike the E bass there. Got the B in the bass down there, and the F sharp up top with the 2nd finger. And that's the same chord as. Now you can also find another E minor 9 up here, which is essentially like the G major 7 formation without the pinky. Here's another one. But the key point of this lesson is Joe Pass's point that the notes are right around your fingers. So whenever you learn a chord, number 1, learn at least 3 formations or grip versions of it. So at least and then what you should try to do is explore soloing around the formation. So, and remember, it's right in front of you. So if we take this formation here, well, keep your fingers nice and comfy in place and just go. All right, I added on a little bit at the end there, but most of it was right in line there, right in the 5th position. Okay, and let's try it in the 1st position. Didn't have to stray very far. It's right in front of you, okay? So here we've got a lot of open strings that we can use down here. Up here, we can descend quite easily as well, but we'll start on the 3rd string. This is on the 11th fret. Up top here, it's right in front of you. You don't have to make any crazy stretches or anything like that. It's just right in front of your fingers. You'd be amazed. You can do this with any chord. Any chord. You can play around the chord formation. Now keep in mind, you want to practice going up as well as down. Okay, so what I would suggest is that you play the chord first, let it ring out so that you hear the sound of the chord, and then play That's how you really get to know a chord, okay? Okay, and once again down here. And you don't have to start on the same note. You can, whatever is given to you and you feel most comfortable with, and then pretty soon, before you know it, you can be just playing around, you know, noodling around the chord. Okay, and don't be afraid to noodle. George Benson was a big fan of noodling. Okay, so whatever George Benson says goes as far as jazz guitar is concerned. Because I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube, guys telling you not to noodle because it wastes time from your practice regimen. BS. You know, if George Benson says noodling was key to his success, noodle. Another thing that I like to share with you while we're on this minor 9 thing, you know, one of the things that you'll pick up over time, and everybody's still learning their instruments, so there's always an endless amount of information and things to learn about your guitar or your instrument, and that is this, that you should be conscious of the formations and the sister or cousin chords that are around that formation, and what they suggest. So let me give you an example. Here we have this wonderful E minor 9, which, by the way, a lot of jazz guitarists prefer minor 9s to straight minor 7s. You know, they get tired of playing minor 7s, they start playing minor 9s. Keyboardists too. But one of the cool things to keep in mind is that, you know, this formation here, I'm looking at this bar. I see a bar instantly when I go like this. It's almost as if you went like this. Well, what's that? That's a B minor formation. And you can make it a minor 7. You can make it a minor. But since this is a minor 9, it's probably safer to go with a minor 7. Those are cousins or sister chords, if you will. And it's no surprise because they share these 3 notes in common. And that's going to open your eyes to a world of possibilities when you notice overlaps between chords. So you're like, okay, minor 9. What if we kept that going for a while? Could I solo with a minor 7 arpeggio on top of it? So I'm just going to loop in an E minor phrase here. Here's a B minor down here, B minor 7. Here's another B minor. Now you could also solo with an E blues scale over E minor, and this is an E minor 9 chord, so it qualifies. So I guess what Joe Pass was getting at was that when you learn a chord, Try to learn to dance around the grip. That's going up. Going down with E minor 7, flat 5. You can play it's the same chord, but we're dancing around this formation. Okay, so maybe in another video I'm going to talk about different chord formations other than the E minor 9. I just want to share with you this incredible point from Joe Pass that, you know, it's right in front of your fingers. And he's so right. Try it with as many chords as you know. D major 7 going down. Going up. Okay, you get the idea? All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to the Ricky Molina YouTube channel. This will give me an incentive to do more videos like this. I also share some original compositions from time to time, and there's a host of things to talk about when it comes to playing music and playing guitar. Good to see you again as always. Hope to see you in the next video.